See, first we turn this bowl to cash, then we roll them up real fast, then we blow them down to ash, cause we about to get that. See, we tokens. See, we token. We have to try tokens for science. It's what everyone, I think, is going to be the most interested in trying in this new standard. So let's talk for a bit about tokens here. You know, everyone's excited. Meat Hook is gone. And again, there's still going to be people playing sweepers, but tokens is in a uniquely good position because, again, you can overcommit. I said this earlier, you can sort of overcommit, and tokens is a deck that really badly, burningly wants to overcommit. Most of its cards force it to, right? So you can have 9 creatures on the board and not worry that not only is your opponent going to wipe the board, but they're also going to gain like 8 or 9 life, you know, which was always a problem with the Meat Hook. So even though your opponent does still have access to plenty of sweepers, they're not going to go back up to above their starting life total because they cast their sweeper, which is really, really sweet. Chicken may disagree, but I think that's a perfectly reasonable line of thought. But either way, here's how we built this deck, because I think there's a ton of ways to build this deck. We only really need red for 3 cards, 3 card slots in this deck, and that's the way I want to keep it. Yeah, I think you need Jetmir to break through stalls and stuff like that. You know, the trample in and of itself is probably the most valuable thing on this card. But if you go all the way to, you know, 9 or more creatures and get that double strike, then obviously you're like ember cleaving all of your guys. It's really good. But I just think that the green-white tokens deck would have a really hard time busting through without a card like this. And I think busting through is probably what you probably need to do and what is likely going to be a kind of grindier standard. So aside from that, there's also just decent token producing cards. That's one strength this deck has, is that it gets to play a high density, like super powerful cards that just go along with its conceit, you know, like, oh, I play a tokens deck. I also get to play Wandering Emperor. You know, it makes tokens. It's also in like the top 3 or 5 best cards in standard. Wedding Announcement, top 3 or 5 best cards in standard. This deck not only gets to play it, but it leverages it way better than other decks. You know, we go wide, that Anthem effect matters. We're more able to draw cards off of it than other decks because, you know, we go wide. So Welcoming Vampire, just a one-of. It feels wrong, but we really got stacked up on the 3-drop slot here. That is one of the reasons why there's so many one-ofs in not only this deck, but, you know, kind of a lot of decks in the pre-Meat Hook standard, and I imagine even the post-Meat Hook standard. There's a lot of factors that lead to this, and I'm not going to spend too long on it because I don't want this to be another, like, 12-minute deck tech. I want to get to the games. But a lot of factors lead to it, and one of those is, you know, we've got so many good 2 and 3 drops especially that it leads you to playing these one-ups. You know, like I want to play 3 or 4 of this card, but I also want to play 3 or 4 of 6 other 3 drops, and I can't play 20 3 drops in my deck. I mean, I could, it's just not good. It's not good baseball. You know, it's not good theory. So just like, you know, when you're at pre-release and you're excited about all those new cards that you got in your sealed pool, but you got to cut some, even though you don't want to, you have to sometimes. So I lead you to going down to like one of Welcoming Vampire because I still want to play this card in my deck. I still want to see it sometimes, but I don't think we can play like a 3 of Welcoming Vampire. I don't think that it produces the value that we need on the turns that we need, the kind of value that we, right? Like usually on turn 3, we want to play one of these legends that goes with our plan, like Queen Allenal or Jinnie Fay or something, or we want to extend our board state with multiple cards, or we want a Wedding Announcement. And like, you know, it's like, if it's a Welcoming Vampire would sometimes step on certain plans' toes. It doesn't produce token value on turns we might need that, so we draw it off the top of our library when we have some token enablers set up, and it doesn't actually do much, you know, so there's issues with playing multiple copies of certain cards, and I think Welcoming Vampire is one of those. Same thing with Jugon Defends the Temple. This is one of those questions of power level, where I think the power level is just high enough that we want to try the card in the deck. Queen Allenal is just a 2 of. A lot of the legends in the deck are 2 ofs. Queen Allenal. Jinnie Fay is just a 1 of. I honestly don't necessarily think you need this card. I kind of think Jinnie's a little cute, to be honest. I mean, she's pretty, but I don't mean that, and her animals are adorable. But I mean cute in the way that, like, is it necessary? Is it really necessary to have this card on the table? Could it just be something better, right? So it's cute. It looks like it needs to be in the tokens deck, but with all decks that you build, a lesson that we all must learn is that some cards look like they are just, like, meant for a deck, but in the end, they're just not actually powerful enough, or they're win more, or they're just not necessary, or there could be something better. You could always ask yourself, could there be something better than this? And I get a feeling there's something better than her, but I at least want to try Jinnie. Sarah Paragon, this is another one. We don't have a whole lot of slots for 4 drops in this deck. We want to keep the curve relatively low, right? But there's also that I don't want to play a million copies of this card. It also doesn't really produce much token value. It can off the top of the library. You know, if we have 6 mana, we go Sarah Paragon into Resolute Reinforcements out of our yard, then it kind of sort of had token value. But for the most part, I'm not like super jazzed on playing this card. I don't think we need it that much, but I think it'd be a fool not to at least play 1 copy of this card in this deck with so many viable targets. Just the ability to get back Wedding Announcement is probably good enough. The ability to get back a Welcoming Vampire, the 1 copy of Welcoming Vampire, and start drawing stuff again. I think it's all good. So I don't want to play too many copies of this. I think we can probably use those slots better. But if I were going to add a single card to this deck anywhere, it might be a 2nd copy of Paragon. Rabble Rousing is way too expensive. The effect is a little bit niche. We won't always be attacking. So I'm not sure this card is actually even good enough for the deck. This is another one of those that's kind of a red herring. You know, you think it's really good, but I'm not sure that it is. However, I've built tokens decks before, and every time Rabble Rousing has been on the table, it's been like pretty relevant. So note that it doesn't create the tokens tapped and attacking. It just creates tokens you can then block with on the next turn, so that can incentivize you to attack when otherwise you wouldn't otherwise. You know, oh, I can lose a couple of guys, right? So Rabble Rousing is sometimes very good, but other times it's kind of mess. Sits in your hand, it doesn't do enough. You got swept, does nothing. So, you know, we'll just try out the 1 copy of this. I also think about cutting the Elspeth Resplendent from this deck. Note this deck has 61 cards. Twitter wanted me to cut the Elspeth. And I think I might do that here, but there are definitely good things about Elspeth in this deck. You know, we need to break through. And Elspeth can give a creature flying and +1/+1 and really help us break through. We don't have a lot of flying. It puts a flying counter on a creature, so it can just increase our defense in that way, and I think that's kind of important. And then obviously we have a ton of powerful 3-drops. This can kind of fish into the turn that it hits the table. So I do like the 1 of Elspeth. Gotta tell you, I might just play this deck 61 cards. Aside from that, though, Allenal, she makes tokens. King Darien and pumps our tokens and saves our tokens. That's pretty cool. Also creates tokens. That's not bad. It's not terrible. Just a 1 of this card, too. This is another one I'd like to increase to a 2 of, but I don't know how to do it. Cabaret Charm. Somebody asked me to cut this. I think this is another good way to break through. And also a removal spell. We don't have a whole lot of removal spells. Wandering Emperor, Fateful Absence, Cabaret Charm. A total of 8 removal spells. That's about as low as I want to go. Join the Dance. This one I'm not too sure about. This one I really don't want to play more than 1 copy of. I don't think it's very good. But I think we do need to try the 1 copy. Teachings. I think we can go down to a 3 of, but this card is definitely something we want to be playing. It's really good against Invoke Despair and some other things in the format. Gala Greeters. Yes, all 4. That's, of course, we play this card. Resolute Reinforcements. Again, no-brainer. Yes. Fateful Absence. All 4 copies. Again, I want clean removal in the deck, and I want at least, 7 to 8 copies. So I think Fateful Absence is the best way to get that. And that's the deck. We play some Jetmir's Garden, some Sokinzen for more tokens, some Beseiji for more removal, some Ganjo for more removal. And I'm just not really sure, at this point, what I would want to cut. Run 61. No, Jason says run 61. I think I might, you guys. I really think I might run 61 cards. Let's go. You gotta be brave sometimes, We are going first, and the hand's pretty good, man. I mean, we asked for a better hand than this, actually. Up against Eclipse, 00. They have really sweet Ominous Roost sleeves. Gotta love that. Maybe they're playing Ominous Roost. Maybe they're, hey, now's the time. No Meat Hook? That was the only thing keeping Ominous Roost out of the format. I think Teachings is the play. I'm going to land the only reinforcement, the only Rabble Rousing, rather, and then a Fateful Absence go into our yard. Didn't put a creature in there. Kind of sucks. But we'll get a 2/2 here. They played a Kessig Naturalist. They're trying Werewolves. That's neat. It means I probably want to play a spell this turn so that doesn't flip over. Probably. Sucks because both of these spells are instant speed and I kind of want them. Nope. Okay. Thought I'd try it. go reinforcements. I did that so, again, it wouldn't flip over tonight, just in case anybody wants to know why I'm main phasing stuff. Everyone always does, you know. Tovo coming down. Let's kill that this coming up turn. They get a mana. You know, I could also Jetmir, but eh. Gala Greeters, huh? Throw down a Sundown Pass. Whenever this attacks, yeah. Exile a creature in a graveyard, get a 1/1. Exile a non-creature card in a graveyard, get a 1/1. +1/+1 counter. Well, I think, again, we just main phase it here. Kill this Tovo. And I guess we're kind of racing here. I guess part of our philosophy is that opponent may not know the Jetmir is coming, so we drop the Jetmir, get ahead. No 1-drops in this deck, so it's not feasible that we, you know, play a land, play a creature, play a Jetmir to have 6 creatures next turn. That's not going to happen. Still say we know blocks for now. Go to 16. Opponent has 4 mana. Kessig Naturalist number 2. And Kessig Naturalist number 3. Nice. Let's let them know how nice that is. Now, we can Elspeth here. That's kind of interesting. I think Jetmir is probably the thing. Really like to play Elspeth. just because I like playing Elspeth. Let's throw her down. Let's get him in. I guess this will give us 6 creatures, so that's the way to do it. You play the guitar on the MTV. And you're going to take another block. Yeah, they blocked the 4/2 and they blocked the Kieran. They still go down to 5 and we got 4 dudes out, so that's pretty good. It's not bad at all, actually. Opponent does have 5 cards, potential 5 mana this turn. They go Howlpack Piper first. That's... yikes. Like for them, that's not great. Let's Gala Greeters. Let's Allenal. We'll get a creature off the attack, by the way. Part of the reason I did that. Let's put a +1/+1 counter. Worried about life later. Swing in, get a token. Yeah, scoop it up. I was kind of waiting for that. Alright, so against werewolves, we do very, very, very well. In our first game, like, unbelievably well. Makes the deck look very good. Opponent goes... hand's okay. Teachings into Welcoming Vampire, into Wedding Announcement, and all that. We'll see if that's good enough. Now we have Gala Greeters. Another decent 2-drop. I think we'll play that instead of Teachings. Opponent on green-white. They have Intrepid Adversary. Interesting. Let's go Plains into Greeters. Sucks they got to go first, because Brutal Cathar is exactly that this turn. Just brutal. They play a Secluded Courtyard naming Human. And then throw down King Darien. Very nice. They swing for 4. That's fine. They go up to 24. We go to 16. There's a Fateful Absence. Sucks. We probably won't really get to do anything this turn. But I do think we say go on that one, boys. I don't know. So we could play... Wedding Announcement here, and then that would grow the Gala Greeters to block the Intrepid Adversary. It's an idea. If they kill the Gala Greeters, that's probably fine too. Either way, I'd be trading the Gala Greeters on blocks, right? Because, I mean, what I hope to do here is they swing in, I Fateful Absence the King Darien, Intrepid Adversary goes back to 1 toughness, and then we block with the Greeters and we trade up. I think that's probably the play, but I really want this Wedding Announcement to come on down. And again, either way, yeah, I mean, yeah, this way I get the wedding announcement, I go ahead and get it down. And I can go ahead and grow the greeters. So I'm trading with the Intrepid Adversary anyway. I think I like that. Yeah, they have removal. Yeah. Yep. Lunarch Veteran. Down to 2 cards left in their hand, though. I'll block. Go to 14. Go to Jetmir's Garden, but I'll play this Akinzen so I can have 4 mana this turn. I think we'll just Emperor. They'll very likely see that coming. We should get a wedding announcement token at the very least to help us block here. If they don't swing in with the Darien, we'll just kill the Intrepid Adversary. But obviously what I think we want to happen is, you know, they swing in with everything. We kill the King Darien with the Wandering Emperor after we block the Intrepid Adversary. We throw down Iganjo and then Sigarda. That kind of sucks. Kind of sucks. Because, you know, now we can't block and kill the adversary, which I really wanted to be able to do. We're running out of cards, but we're running out of life. Fast, so. Alright, let's block. Emperor. I wonder if I just didn't make the right decisions this game. Is that last card of Tamiyo's safekeeping? That'd be neat. Alright, so maybe I should have blocked something else, because they can just keep us from gaining the life by sacrificing the Darien. Silly for not having thought of that. Yeah. Yep, fizzle the ability. So, yeah. Didn't block great there. There's a Sarah Paragon. Throw down the Jetmir's Garden. Welcoming Vampire. Oh no. I may have misread my mana. I did. I did. I did. That's fine. That's whatever. Alright, we get rid of Emperor to get a 2-2. We get Join the Dance on the Welcoming Vampire draw. Here comes Lunarch Veteran. I can take a shot in the mouth from this Sigarda. Precisely 1. Control 3 creatures, power different, blah, blah, blah. And you don't. Okay. Alright, so we block the Vet with the 3-3. It can come back this turn, which I don't love. But it's just going to be a 1-1. Then we can block the Intrepid Adversary with the 2-2. I guess they could throw down Wandering Emperor here and kind of blow us out. So, I mean, watch out for that. They've had 1 card in their hand for most of the game. Boseiju, yeah, that'll blow us out too. Very nice, very nice. Well, let's get a Garden. Throw that down. We go to 8. Man, that Boseiju was pretty sexy there. It's pretty good. Luminous Phantom out of their yard and Sega. Fateful Absence again. That's pretty good. So we can Paragon and still have Fateful Absence mana. We can also Teachings Join the Dance and still have Fateful Absence mana. I kind of like that. Wedding announcements down there. That's good for an eventual Paragon, but again, boy, we are losing some life, aren't we? It's teachings. Man, Adeline, Wandering Emperor, Allenal go in the yard. We gotta land. Yeah, I think I just want both these absences. Opponent draws off the top. Oh my god, wow, what a draw. Jeez. Opponent with the top decks over there. God. That's kind of amazing. Damn, I didn't see that they had 3 different powers. God, I am messing up tonight. I gotta say, I am really messing up. Should have played the Join the Dance on our turn. I don't need the Fateful Absence. I really don't. I can just block the Intrepid Adversary, but I guess now I get to hold the Fateful Absence for whatever they get here. I can draw a card off of the clue token that I was just sure was a treasure last turn for no reason. Can I block here? Can I block? Can I? Thank you. Jeez. Yeah. We go to 6. 6. Life. Nuts. Let's draw. I could have played better this game. I just know I could have. Sundown Pass. We also get a wedding announcement. Here comes a Sarah Paragon. Definitely. We got 4 mana to play with. Yeah, sorry. I'm taking a second. I want to Galagreeters. And then I'm going to join the dance. I don't think that I have to hold up this absence this turn. I really don't. Let's gain 2. Let's pump. Let's try to hold on, man. The Galagreeters might get us there. Another Sigarda. Wow. Kid, that's nuts. They are drawing like champions over there. Maybe they got it off Sigarda. Let's gain 2 life. Absence the Sigarda. I know I want to do that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana left after we do that. I think we want to attack, so I should go ahead and absence the Sigarda. They can't draw off the clue either, so yeah. Let's do it. They go to 46 off this, by the way. We have 6. We have 6 mana left. What are we playing out of our yard this turn? Adeline, probably, because we're going to attack. Actually, we need a Welcoming Vampire into Wedding Announcement. We got to get some cards. It's not that important to go on the aggressive tip right now, because they're at 46. Yeah, so, yeah. Let's announcement, and then let's start rushing them. They didn't block with the veteran. I'm kind of surprised by that. We'll get a teachings off of the wedding announcement draw. Maybe I should have just attacked with Paragon and nothing else. They joined the dance. A couple of dudes. 2 cards left in their hand. Join the dance was apparently better than both of them, which is surprising. I could just announcement again. Play a spell out of our yard this turn. Maybe I do need to start pressing them. Also, this will draw us a card before the end of our turn. But I guess so will teachings. We play this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana left. Yeah, that's fine. Let's Adeline. Let's start closing. Yeah, counter now, because we'll get more creatures. We can gain life later. Come on in, kid. I'll exile a non-creature. I want this join the dance. Also get a dude. Let's gain 2. Draw Carplucent Forest. Target a creature we control. Let's make the Sarah Paragon bigger than a Sigarda. And they don't block. They don't block. They go to 26. They're still above their starting live total. Play Carplucent Force. We have 6 mana now. Let's announcement. And then I'll just hold up this reinforcements for their turn so we can get some Galagreeter triggers and a welcoming vampire trigger. We draw 2 off the... Oh, rabble rousing, I want it. Oh, please don't scoop, dude. I want to play this rabble rousing so bad. We can also King Darien. Dude, look at us. Look at us. Hamlet Vanguard. Wedding Announcement. That's all their mana, all their cards. And they scoop it up, man. I really wanted to play the 2 cards in my hand. I also wanted to play the Reinforcements, not going to lie. I want to draw a card and get Galagrita triggers and stuff like that. I want to do that stuff. And we did it. Just goes to show you, it really doesn't matter how much life you gain. It's how much life you lose. We go first. Hand's fine. Nothing wrong with it, I guess. Dumb username. It's just a silly username. Test Kitchen. I'm not talking about mine. See what Backdoor Daddy's doing. Backdoor Daddy likes to... That's even cringier. I was going to say likes to take his time. I was going to do a whole bit, but no, let's spare everyone that, I think. Let's just wait for them to take their turn. They play Plains, Sago, Forest, Teachings of the Kieran. We mill an Allenal, and then Fateful Absence in a farmland. Ooh, a blue source next to their white source. That's interesting. What you doing? You gonna destroy evil, my teachings of the Kieran? What you gonna do over there, bud? You're not my real dad. Suspicious Stowaway. Oh, okay. Nice. Classy. Very classy. Alright, so at this point I wonder if I should go ahead and Fateful Absence. I know Wedding Announcement seems correct. Wedding Announcement seems correct. But once they untap with a Stowaway on board, boy, they get up to some nonsense. Some absolute nonsense. Yeah, I know you're not going to block. It's fine. They thought about it. You gotta have a better creature than that. I'll kill it. Before you untap with all of your protection spells and stuff, let's kill it. 3rd mana for the opponent. The problem there was, do we do this? Do we kill this before they can untap with a protection spell or a counter spell? Or do we resolve Wedding Announcement while they're tapped out? Leverage the fact that we went first, all that. That was the question. Restoration of Iganjo comes down. What are you? This kind of looks like the Esper deck. Just a little. We didn't draw land. I would have liked to have done that, but we didn't. Sucks a little. Let's put him at 16. Start the turn here. Let's resolve this announcement. Again, we know we can. But, again, now we've really negated any advantage we had going first. Our opponent's going to play 4th land before us. That could have been a Jetmir on a 4th land. We could have resolved Jetmir on tapped out mana that turn. That would have been way better. If you play Jetmir by himself, he's still a 4 mana 5/4. It could be worse. You know? Alright, so they discard Sun Gold Sentinel. They're going to get that for free, I assume. Or the Stowaway. No, they want the Sentinel. See what they exile from a yard. The Allenal. Okay. Plains. That's a Wandering Emperor mana, so be wary, yep, if they just pass turn. And they did it pretty quickly, I will say. We did get 4th land, but it's one of the only 3 tapped lands left in our deck. Kind of sucks. Now, opponent definitely has Wandering Emperor here. I think we can all be fairly certain. Do I want to draw a card off the Wedding Announcement, or do I want a creature? Let's draw. I'll exile a non-creature. This way, if they do have Wandering Emperor, they can't just make a 2/2 and block this. They have to actually kill it. They have to -2 their Emperor to kill it. They have Fairy Vandal. Ooh, do you have a way to draw a card too? That'd be pretty sexy if you did. Nope, they don't. Okay. I think I'll Teachings here. Just thinking about the reinforcements. Oh, we might get caught. We might get caught. That's exactly why I should have played the reinforcements. Now they're gonna sack the clue. Okay. Whew. Should have learned my lesson forever ago. Wow, that put 2 Emperors in our yard. That's nuts. Draw a Welcoming Vampire off the Wedding Announcement. They get their Architect over there. They get their Seth Rollins. The Architect. 5 mana they consider to start the turn. Hopefully we can resolve a Jetmir this coming up turn, but it's no guarantee. Interesting. Spread the love a little. I think you could argue I should make a 3/3 there. You could argue. Playing Jetmir into open mana. Does this deck play counter spells like that, you know? It's hard to say. Hard to say. I can draw a card off the Welcoming Vampire if I exile a creature this turn. And that might be the most aggressive way to do it, to try to draw an untapped land. Oh, sorry, I meant to say thinking. Let's try to resolve the vampire. Flip the switch was the play. Okay. All right, let's get a boy and juice our guys a little bit. That's going to be really important on this board state. Thinking a lot here. I apologize. I roped really hard that last turn, but it's because I just knew they had counterspell. Borrowed time on the Kieran, probably. Or the wedding. Yeah, the wedding festivity. That's fine. Consider no blue mana. They did draw another card though, so they get a counter on Fairy Vandal. They have 2 3/4s. They just come with the one in the air. Go to 17. They draw Jetmir's Garden. Gonna draw any more cards this turn? I don't think so. Alright, we got 4 mana. Yeah, it's Jetmir. Kind of open to Fateful Absence here, but I'm going for it. Can I get 9 creatures? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do have 6. It's 7 if I do that. Guess I'll take a consider. Guess I'll make it to where an Architect can't just block and kill this. Coming in for 16, they have to block something. They have to block 2 things, actually. They have to take both these blocks or they die. Alright, yeah, they block the Kieran. That makes the most sense. They block a normal 4/2. They do get a 1/1. So they still have a board presence. But they go to 2. When we say go, they have 4 cards in their hand. That's a lot. But they have to do a lot about our board presence. By the time the Jetmir all day, there's really no other play than that. Yeah. Stowaway. 1 card left over there. Sega. Okay. We draw land. Sega. We turn it tonight, which kind of sucks butts a little bit. But maybe that'll coax them into swinging with the Seafaring Werewolf. They get to consider here, so... Man, they get to consider, and they get a Seafaring Werewolf draw if they attack, so we have to assume they have something decent in their hand. They go straight to combat. They do want the card off the Werewolf. I wonder if that's information, too. Pass it up. Go to 15. They draw. The reason I say that is because they passed into combat so quickly that the card they drew off Consider might not have been very good. All right, let's try to resolve Resolute Reinforcements. Hangs. It hung. And at this point, I think we have too many creatures, but we'll see what the card in their hand is, you know? I got 2 in their hand. Man, I really wish we hadn't drawn a land there. But we can play through a non-casualty to make disappear, so they good game us. Let's good game them and get out of here. Man, I feel like we were walking a line on that one a little bit. We did have a relatively high life total, but any small disturbance in the balance on this battlefield will screw things up. They did have removal for some key cards, but they didn't have removal for the Jetmir the turn we got him, and that really made a huge difference. All right, here we go first. Hand is pretty good, man. Gotta find these, you know, the Jetmirs and stuff, but like it's pretty much how you want to start the game. Uh-oh, we're up against a black deck. We have not been up against one yet tonight. Let's play Gala Greeters. See if it gets cut down. I've been wanting this match. I think black is still pretty good, right? Like, don't just stop playing black. It's a fine deck. They boost their Evolved Sleeper. That's interesting. See if they have cut down. They have Concealing Curtains. Okay. Scarplucin Forest. Wedding Announcement. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get the announcement going. Tax. Do I want a treasure? 5 mana next turn, if so. So, yeah. Third land. What's going to be, Iceman? You got a Liliana of the Veil I can sack a token to? I'd love to do that. You know, I've said before that I think... There she is. I think Liliana might be in the format specifically because, like, you know, or tokens, right? Tokens are in the format. And that might be a safety valve against cards like Liliana. That might be one of the reasons that they got rid of Meathook Masker. It's because, like, tokens are supposed to be a safety valve, but they're kind of not. Because Meathook exists. Yeah, I guess the teachings. I kind of want to get rid of the Beseiju, to be honest. I think we need the land next turn if I'm going to double spell the way I want to. Ooh, a Queen Allenal. Queen Allenal. All in all, pretty good card. Pretty good card. Do. Still got sweeps over there, don't you? Hot stuff. Yeah. +1/+1 counter, and then we teachings. Sequencing's really important in this deck. I feel like the majority of my time has been spent sequencing tonight. Treasure, I think. Gain 2, doesn't matter. Sega, get a bunch. We got so many tokens, dude. There's a lot of tokens. Let's see if they just take the wedding announcement from our hand. Which, honestly, just for the record, would kind of suck. Sucks to suck if they do that. 7/7 Queen Allenal. Not shabby. Like turn 4 or whatever that was. Yeah, yeah, you -2 the Liliana. Yeah, yeah, just make us get rid of the wedding announcement. Come on. Oh, does that mean you have 2 Shieldreds? That might just mean they don't have a 4th land. 2 Shieldreds would suck. That would be the suck. They don't do anything at all. Huh. Let's put a counter on the Gallagreeters. Youth. Bing, bong. Bing, bong, bing, bong. Should I just come at their face? Should I seriously? There's like no reason to not just hit him in the pie hole at this point, you know? See what they do. I got tricks up my sleeve right now. But not unless they force us to use them. Yeah, they block the greeters with the curtains. Makes me want to use this right now. But I'm really playing into sweeper, like, hard. So I could definitely still have sweeps. For some reason they evolved their sleeper there. Let's get a +1/+1 counter. Let's get a trap treasure token. Let's get 2 life. At this point, nothing's going to kill this Allenal. Like, even a drag to the bottom, no. Well, it will, because it'll kill everything else. Yeah, they death touch for the Allenal. I just said nothing's going to kill the Allenal. So, sweeper or death here. They have sweeper. Not only do they get to keep playing magic, but they probably win. Oh, they Shieldred. Okay. Everybody discards. Oh no, our land. You have to discard a real card. We take 2 and go to our starting live total. We draw a land. I really wish that hadn't have been the case. Counter on greeters. And let's go. Just ignore Liliana. Don't block a 2/2. Don't do it, my man. There we go. Or lady. And -1. Cool. Alright, we did it. Mono black. Hey! What is best in life, Dev? What is best in life? To crush your enemies and see them driven before you. Oh, man. What a day for a daydream. They have 1 card left in their hand, too. It feels like every time we play against Mono Black, they have 7 cards left. And that Invoke Despair looks pretty bad right now, doesn't it? Oh. Alright, we go first against Relfi. We're on a 2-lander, but I'm keeping it. Am I? Yeah, I am. The second guess myself there. I don't know why I would play the Boseiju first. I do not know why. Opponent starts on island. We draw Darien. Gallagreeters. Seems like all the games we are going to lose tonight are going to be on poor mana situations, not drawing enough lands. If I don't draw a land this next turn, there's big trouble in Little China. Big, big trouble. Red source after a blue source for the opponent. They cast Consider EO last T, and there's a Play with Fire on the Greeters. Oh my god, it's an untapped land. Oh, it's an untapped land. Let's wedding announcement, see if it gets spell pierced. It does not. Sego. Still need another land, and then another one after that. That's why I was a little reticent about this hand, but we can work on 3 mana. Just sucks to have the 2. There are literally 2 5-mana cards in our deck, and they both were in our opening hand. Again, it's arena tricks. That's just how things are. This deck we're playing against, by the way, is no joke. Teachings of the Kirin, I think, should be our play and not Darien. We mill Galagreeters and 2 lands, and we get our 1/1. We say go. And we get another 1/1. What I'm worried about there is King Darien, 2/2 on this token, swing in, and then they play like a 1-mana spell. Infantry goes to a 2/3. You have to be really careful against this blue-red deck. Like, very, very careful. It's a good deck. I like this deck a lot. It's like my favorite budget deck. There's the Balmore. Okay. Jetmir's Garden. Fourth land, but not in the way like you want. King Darien. Let's try to keep expanding our board state, but I smell Counterspell now. Yeah, make disappear. Token. 9 power on the table. Soon to be 11 when we get this token from Teachings. Going wide against this deck is tough, honestly, because they just have tricks. They don't do anything. They have 3 cards left in their hand. Something tells me we don't resolve the Jetmir, but we still have to go for it. We have 5 mana next turn, and I think we need to try to resolve Rabble-Rousing next turn. So this is the turn to try to Jetmir, I think. You could argue that you don't do anything this turn. You could argue. Wow, he's on the table. Well, I'm still not out of the clear. Opponent could have Fading Hope for the Jetmir and hit us with it during combat. That's what you have, isn't it? That's what you have. I think it's worth it to try. We don't lose anything but some tokens. So, I think it's worth it to try. Lightning Strike, the 5/3. Is that all you got? 2 more cards in hand. They probably have other stuff. Got a Fading Hope. A Fading Hope would be aptly named right now. Shore up the Balmore. Okay. Block. So they take 3. We lose some tokes. Yeah. But maybe Rabble-Rousing can catch them by surprise. They have 1 card in their hand after they play Delver of Secrets. And they say go. Okay. We draw a land. What is that card? Makes all the difference in the world. It hangs too, so they got something. That's just crazy. They still have something over there. Yeah, I'll put the Cabaretti Charm under. I'm doing it. You only live once, man. Alright, so... That's tough. Yeah, I'm going to put a +1/+1 counter on the Jetmir so they can't potentially kill it with the electrostatic infantry. They can. They can? They can. Well, I guess they'll trade now. Do you get... Oh, yeah. Balmore math. Stinking Balmore math, dude. Oh, and they considered, too. Did you... Oh, yeah, because they thirst, and they had just enough mana. Damn, son! Jeez! Okay. Jeez. That's so stupid. Okay, well, if they block... the Jetmir with the electrostatic, then they both die, regardless of where we put this counter. There's really no good place to put this counter. This guy. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Okay. They block the Kieran with the Delver. And they block the one of the regular tokens with the electrostatic infantry. So they go to 6. They have a 6/7 electrostatic infantry and a Balmor, 2 cards in their hand. We have a 7/5 Jetmir and 3 tokens. We also have an Elspeth in our hand, which probably matters. We can potentially give the Jetmir flying this coming up turn. Alright, they still have 1 card. Ooh, a Jugon. Elspeth is correct. See if it resolves. We have them dead on board, but they do, again, they have a card in their hand, so... Lightning Strike or something would just be just this massive blowout. What you got? We still have Rabble Rousing, by the way, so that's gonna, you know, help. Wait. 4/8, yeah, if we get 1 creature off of Elspeth. Ooh, but if we hit a Resolute Reinforcements, we can potentially have 10 creatures during our attack step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus Resolute Reinforcements is 10, so it's possible. They are roping hard on this Elspeth. So, are you mad? I mean, is that really it? You only have 1 card in their hand, so they must be upset. I might try to get the Resolute Reinforcements, dude. I think I might try to do it. Shield counter would be sexy. Like, put a flying and shield counter on this. Or something. Put a flying, first strike, lifelink, virgin. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's look at the top 7 and get a Resolute Reinforcements. It's going to be there, I promise. Here it is! Let's go. Woo, son. Oh, son. Now we have a buttload of creatures. We can pay the exiled card without paying its mana. We can play the exiled card without paying its mana cost. Let's, I think I want this mode. Yeah. I could have also just killed the Balmor. But whatever, at this point. Oh, boy. Yeah, you block. You block, cousin. And they shore it up. That's fine. Goes to 9/9. Jetmir trades. We all trample over. Minus 13 is the end result. Tokens doing work. Jeez, GG opponent. Whoo. Yeah, I was gonna say I figured that out too. Somebody in chat was like, any creature does it, and yeah, any 1 creature would have done it. I was trying to get 10 for Rabble Rousing and also Jetmir, but you only need 9 for Jetmir to have trample and double strike. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We did end up having 10. At least I did the math right. But look at that board state, y'all. Look at that board state. And we ran them out of cards too. Good final game to end on here. Jeez, man. So tokens looking pretty good.